right, I have another hoop tutorial here for you all of a little combo that I really like. And the combo basically takes the isolation pop and folds backwards into the escalator like so. Isolation into the escalator. And then I often do a little coin flip over the head. And I'm also going to show you how I get into it from the weave. Because the weave is kind of a nice homeostasis. We're often like just hanging out right here. And then you can isolation pop forward, bring it sideways and down. And it's a really comfortable, nice little trick. I also will show you one more variation where I do the forward pop. I do another weave, pop it to the side, bring it down. All right, so I'll walk you through those now. The first trick is your isolation. And now I was teaching this to someone the other day, and I noticed some people drive the car clockwise and some people drive the car counterclockwise. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually driving the car clockwise. My phone likes to flip things, but what I'm doing here is I like to go, to me, what feels like forward, right? If I'm facing forward, I'm going forward, and I like that because I can push into it here. The entire trick, though, will work backwards as well. So if you like going backwards, you can let it go this way. So I'll show you both ways of doing that. It feels really different, but you actually need to know both ways. It doesn't matter. You'll need to do one going this way and one going this way. All right, so let me break down first your isolation. You're driving the car. All right, there's a million tutorials for this. So this is one, you got to practice that for a while. This hoop is kind of new and not quite a circle yet, but I'm doing my best. So once you're driving your car, right here, where you usually go down, that's where you're actually going to just push forward. And instead of coming back, you're going to extend your arm forward. So I'm doing my isolation. I pop it forward right here. So that's a good thing to practice, especially like in a mirror. Popping it forward, and then I'm going to let it come back. So I'll show you that again. Try to do it in slow motion. Again, I let it roll over my hand right here. But instead, here's kind of the tricky part about the iso pop, is you're used to kind of like correcting with your arm right here and not letting it go to the side, right? Because it kind of wants to right here. If you don't, you're used to kind of correcting up, right? So you come around the circle. Right here, where you would usually do that, you want to actually don't move your hand and just let it swing to the side, okay? So that's what you're doing over here. Boom, let it swing back, okay? So I'll show you that again. Push it forward, let it swing back into place. Push forward. Right here, don't move your hand, just let go and it'll swing. Okay, that's the feeling you want there. I'll do that again. Push, so here's my isolation. Push into it right here, extend the arm, let go and let it just swing, okay? And then instead of just letting it go, you'll actually flip your hand over and catch it real quick. So here's my isolation, push forward and then catch it. And don't let it go so far, right? You want it to come right back. That's the idea. It's really good if you have a mirror or like a window or something to practice this there. So push and then I find it easier to do it sideways, and I like to kind of step into it like that. Okay, so that's the first half of the first trick. Iso pop forward, okay? Once that's feeling pretty comfortable, you've done it 100 times, then you actually want to, this is kind of nice because you don't have to do anything from here except fold it into your escalator. So the second half of the trick, once you come back, so you did this and you're back here, then you're going to do the same sort of thing where you let it swing right there. Where you would usually correct upward and come around, you're actually just going to let it swing to the side. So a good thing to practice is your isolation. Find that spot where you would usually flip your hand over and just let it swing and don't move your hand. Okay, I'll do that again. So this is now the other half of the full iso slide. So I iso popped it forward and then I want it to come all the way to the side here. Okay, so I'll show you that again. Right here, you can let it come all the way to the side and you'll end up in this position. okay? And actually you can kind of do that. That's actually pretty easy. You're just rolling it back and forth over your arm. There it is. And then it's here, okay? So that was just a couple variations of those. I'll try to show you exactly what I do in the trick, in this, or in the combo. So here I am in my isolation, pop it forward, and then right here, I'm gonna, see what do I do? Yeah, I actually just let it roll over really quick, and I do like bring my arm all the way across when I do the full one. So if I were just to let it go to the right, that's where I have that kind of swinging thing, from center to right, center to right, center to right. Okay, and then that's kind of the idea there. Forward, center, right. There we go. I did it pretty slow. I'll try to do that again. Forward, center, back. There we go. Try to do it a little slower. Okay, so once you can do that, it looks really, really smooth sometimes to get it to go across in a straight line. Okay, so here's my isolation, which is questionable right now, but we're going with it. Okay, and I actually find it easier to get into this trick from the weave. So the weave has a really nice momentum on it, and then right here you can pop it forward, and it's really nice. I find that actually easier than doing it over and over again, because you kind of run out of momentum, okay? So this has a really nice momentum to it. So that is my probably favorite little expression of this combo. Okay, so the hardest part about that is probably the isolation slide. So let me show you what I think is a really good flow between these tricks, and I'll talk you through it and try to go pretty slow. So I'm going to start with a weave, and it's just a forward weave. And then I'm going to pop it forward and let it come to the side. Once I'm here, I'm going to bring it behind me and just, fold it behind me. And this is, I had my first tutorial recently actually was this, the coin flip. And it has this feeling of the coin flip. Okay, so there actually is right here a little coin flip in it. The coin flip just means you're like just rotating it with your hand like this and kind of swinging it. So it hinges at your hand right there, okay? So you're here, hinge it back, and then roll it around your body like you were gonna go into this, okay? But instead of doing that, you're gonna let go and go down your body, okay? So this trick is called the escalator. There's also a lot of tutorials on how to do this trick, and this video is more about the combo. So I'm not gonna break it down too much, except to say I bring it behind me, and I'm gonna let it roll around my back like this. So I was here. I'll show you what it looks like from behind. And then I catch it with my right hand. Again, your other arm has to get out of the way. I'm doing this with my right hand. You have to get your arm out of the way because it needs to roll along the side of your body here. So you see my hand goes up? That's really important. And it looks really snazzy too, if you can make it graceful. Or maybe it'll just look silly, but you can just at least get it out of the way, and you're going so fast no one's gonna know. Ooh, that was kind of nice. I did like a thing here. That looks a little more complete, like I meant to do it. Wow, very sweet. Okay, so that should do it. And then after I do the escalator going down, it's right here. My feet are together. I just push it right back up, and I coin flip it back, and then I'm here. Okay, to get back to the weave, this is like, how do I get back to my weave? I flip it over like this, and I just kind of like spin it over in my hands like this. And then right there, I can catch it and go back into the weave. Or if you don't want to do the weave, you can just do this trick here with this. And you can do it without the weave. Yeah, there we go. But I find the weave gives it a really, really nice momentum. So I'll go through the combo now 4 or 5 times, and I'll speak through which moves I'm doing at which times. So here is, I'm going to start with the forward weave, and then we're going to go forward, forward, pop, back, down, back up, coin flip, and we're back. Forward, forward, pop, back, escalator down, escalator up, coin flip around, flip it, over, catch it, push it forward. So that actually is now, I just accidentally did the variation because they feel really good into each other. So the variation is breaking up the forward pop and the back and the side pop with another weave, which is really nice. That gives it even more kind of spinning momentum. So let me explain that again. You can either just start with the weave and then you do a full pop like that. A full slide, right? The isolation slide. So weave into a full slide, escalator down, escalator up, coin flip it around, flip it over your head, back into your, either right here you can go into a isolation or right into a weave. Okay, one more time, I'll do that. That's my favorite version probably. Weave, full slide, escalator, down and up, flip it over your head, back. Weave, full slide, escalator. Catch it, flip it to get back to your grip, and then you're here. Okay? So, the other way though, which I like to do sometimes, it's a nice variation, it looks really cool, it looks a little different, is instead of doing a full slide, I'm gonna do a forward into a weave. So I pop it forward and then just go back to my weave. That's a good thing to practice. Pop it forward and go back to the weave. And that's just kind of fun as it is by itself. And it doesn't look too different, but it's like, what did she just do there? That was a really interesting little variation. And then right here, I catch it and I let it go to the side, okay? And that comes from just weave right here, okay? I'll show you that again. Okay, and I usually do a little circle in front of me and I let it go shwee, so it's like loop-de-doop to the side, which is kind of nice. So I go hoop, 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 loop-de-doop, and I catch it over here, okay? So I'm going weave, 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 turn your body open. Okay, so you're actually changing planes right here, so that's kind of a big deal. Dun, 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 turn and open. And then you catch it and then you can go into that. Okay, so again, there's 3 versions of this trick and they all are really similar, but they feel a little bit different and they're a nice kind of, variation so you don't get bored and you're not doing the same thing over and over again. So I'll show you again all in order. The most simple version of this trick doesn't have any weave in it. You would just start with an isolation, pop it forward, pop it to the side, fold it down, back up, catch it. And then here you can do whatever you need to, just fold it over and go back into this. Whatever you need to get back to your isolation, okay? However, that starts to get a little bit stagnant, so I like to add some weave in there. Here it is with just starting with the weave. Then I do a full slide, escalator down, escalator back up, flip, catch, back to here, okay? Version number 2 is even more weave. Weave, pop, weave, slide. So you're popping it, weaving it, and then sliding it instead of the full slide. So instead of this full slide, you're going to start with a weave, do a half slide forward, go back to the weave, then loop-de-doop to the side, fold it, come back up, okay? I'll try to do all of those in order. So, no weave to start with. Going into a weave just to start, full slide. And the third variation, weave, push, weave, turn, open, escalator. All right, I hope that was fun. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know how that was for you. That was a little easier to follow than the first time, and thank you for watching.